Okay, so now the coach has been sacked, and we know that the search is ongoing. According to the FA president, there were 600 applications, and people are saying that they don't believe it.
No, there was 600 application, but I don't think it's from now. It's from when they were looking for a coach there.
Oh, okay.
The issue is that they had. I'm telling you, this short-listed three is a short-listed three you had from the time Otuado was appointed.
So they are going back to that.
The issue is that they did a search. They were presented with a short list of three. He threw it away and appointed it to
Why did it make any sense?
That didn't make any sense. He just went for a span and he told them he was going to appoint Otuado, and they all went with him. This short way is the short way from them. There hasn't been any change. It's just a short way from there. There are a lot of people who apply. You're a short way from there.
Okay, so now the short list, we have Carlos Paros, we have Bento, and then Santos, all Portuguese, with very nice series. We have those who have won the Euros. We have one, he also won trophies with Real Madrid. That's Carlos. I think he won the Spanish Super Cup in 2000.
And Copa del Rey or something, if I'm not wrong.
And Santos.
Santos has a lot of trophies.
Yeah. So the only issue people have is their age.
Santos has won the European trophy with Portugal. He also won the UEFA Nations Cup with Portugal, which is one back. He's coached a lot of teams. He's coached Iran several times. He's coached.
What else do I coach?
He's coached, I believe, Lisbon, Sporting, St. Hugh teams. He's coached him at Curtis League.
So they have a lot of experience.
Lots of experience.
Carlos was Ferguson's assistant.
Yeah, I mean, he also coached on the continent, Egypt and South Africa. So the experience is there.
What run do you think will be the best fit for Black Stars?
Santos has a issue of making some tough decisions, and I believe this team will pass a lot of tough decisions, like sitting people down, letting people know that they are no longer 90 minutes players. Letting people know their rule. Everybody know that. Letting people know that they are just going to play a part and they are not going to the center.
So ideas, how to attack, how to defend, how to play like a unit.
They all actually play very well structured football. All of them. They all play very well structured football. They all like to control the game, control what the players does. But they are all very progressive.
They are very defensive.
But very good progressive.
They know how to organize defensively very, very well.
And game management. For a reason why we seem to concede a goal the last 7 minutes of every game is something that has to be about
how we manage it, give us a racing from time to time.
But a course game to fizzles. Awareness. If the issue, another issue too is in defense. If there is seniority in the central defense pairing, there will always be issues.
Unless Jiku is supposed to get the senior.
So you let anybody who partners Jiku to know that Jiku is in charge. As simple as that.
He's doing some very weird pairings, putting Yerenchi in central defense.
I watched Reggie's last game.
He's a midfielder. I even saw his.
No, he's been playing recently he did like free back on the left side. The last game I watched him for his team.
Oh, okay.
I've forgotten the team they played. Does it viable? I've forgotten. But he played very well. Though it was in a defensive role. Back to breathe on the left side.
But he's originally a midfielder.
He's originally a midfielder. But what you can so if we're playing the back three, we can easily have somebody with a good defensive midfield mindset play on the lateral defense of a back three. And that is what he's currently doing for his team. And I watched him on the left side, and I believe they played was it Monday night or Tuesday night? One of those. And it was very good. They initially went down and they came back in the second half and equalized and 1-1.
As he's being scouted by United. Yeah.
So the issue is that it's so obvious he can be moved around in the it can be it can be moved around.
in the defensive setup or even in net full. But the issue is, where does he apply himself the greatest?
But this is the thing. Otto said he had a problem at right back and convinced Sanaya, who's a right back.
He can say have a problem right, but we've always had a problem in most team. He hasn't solved.
We don't even have enough midfielders at the moment.
So why are you trying to solve a right back issue? Not so that when there is a problem in midfield.
Ashimiru won man of the match in his last game. I think gradually he's back from injury and he's playing well. He's one midfielder I really admire, the way he plays, and he's very creative too. I don't know why. Okay, he was injured, I heard, but he's now back and his team, he won man of the match.
So was injured, he came back. Then he got a record.
In his last game.
No,
Why he got
the
man?
reason why he's not playing for a long time was injured. He got a red card and he was on 10 months suspension.
But he's back. Yeah, he's playing really, really well. So I think they should. He's one player I think definitely should go to the World Cup because of the way he plays. Very unpredictable.
For some reason, to hardly plays a 90 minutes. I personally don't get that one.
Like his team.
Even for Ghana, he hardly plays 90 minutes. At 17th in this, he's pulled off the pitch.
Well, some players get tired. Sometimes you can realize they need to come up. Maybe he's one of those players, and he's 27. So, but I think he's one player definitely he should.
Yeah, right. He's not a terrible player, but what I believe is he's not exactly the solution.
No solution, but he's a useful player. And there's one thing I like about him. Progressing the ball is something that comes very naturally to him.
Yeah, he can do the half turn on all this.
And then before he realizes, he's in a very dangerous place where he can actually make a pass or actually shoot for himself. And we lack that thing in our team. A player who can take the ball from midfield, dribble, pass, or even shoot themselves. One person who used to do that was Daniel Kofiche, who is, I heard he's on the road to recovery. I don't know whether he'll be fit enough to go to the
He came to visit the Blast. It's working a bit upward for me though.
I know he started training, but he's training alone, Freiburg. He hasn't integrated with his team, but
It's going to take a long time because he's been out for long.
yeah, but the team was saying that it's likely he'll play before the season, and so hopefully maybe he can make the back to
The issue too is that if we're taking, we will not be able to see him play.
Oh, but I'm not sure he's going to start, but definitely he will be useful. Another player also injured is in Myanmar.
Yeah, Neymar started training.
Yes, he too, very, very useful player. And then there's another player, I've forgotten the name. Or come back. But Myanmar, also a very, very important player. And what's the reason? The Joseph Fenso issue I'm hearing is political. I don't know. Have you heard any issue? Apparently, his people and the FA allegedly are not.
I believe Otuado also had an issue with him. I believe we had a lot of injuries in the team. Otto needed him, and he said he has some family things to attend.
People have family issues, and
They were going all the way to South Africa, and I believe he didn't want to travel all the way from America to South Africa.
he's also another player. Him, Gunsuba. And the thing is, we have a lot of competitions on the wings, but on the wings, I can count about 6 or 7 players.
No, currently we are very heavy on the top.
And lucky midfielder.
Unlucky midfielders. There are a lot of people can actually play in most cases. Neymar can easily slide in as a 8. He has actually played in that position.
If a professional Ghanaian footballer can play there. But I hope that the next manager who comes is giving a free rule to select.
That is my only issue with Sakano to other. I understand. He will never get
own team. And I mean, scouting also in the local league. Scouting
the local. I don't think the local league we are up to. But
No, but
up to
but this is my thing. I'm not saying that how do you call it? I'm not saying that the local league is up there, but I can argue, but there are some players
no.
in there.
When was the last time you saw a Ghanaian player move directly to our league? go anywhere in Europe and started straight away. It used to
In
happen
recent time.
in recent times. No, in the past 2, 3 years, even 5 years. No,
But where did what's the name? Oh, this player, what's his name?
Barney. Barney went and he struggled. Now he's playing the second division in Switzerland.
No, but still, I, what you're saying is true, but I don't think necessarily.
Even in Africa, they move to other African countries and they don't start.
I'll give you an example. I watched the Kotoko versus Haas game. I watched the 90 minutes. I've forgotten the name. There's this Kotoko player. He's a midfielder. It's it's not that he's exceedingly skillful or anything, but he had one skill set that impressed me. He's forgotten the name. Maybe the name will come later. He can collect the ball from the half of the Kotoko side and drive it forward. And the way he drives the ball, you can see it's so natural that any player who even goes, the only best thing you can do is
What you need to consider, what you also need to consider is the opposition.
what's the name? The name I know, but still, if you see somebody doing something naturally, even if the opposition is that good, still the way he shields the ball, you would assume that they'll still have to bring him down before they can actually get up.
I understand what you are saying, but truthfully,
Okay, so I'll give you an example. 2006, we took
I'm not doubting that.
Ilyasu,
2006,
2006,
Habib.
Habib.
Let me just say, 2006, we had Ghanaian players being bought from our league for $1 million.
I know,
But the amount of transfers has exceedingly gone up. Players who were bought for 1 million then will now be bought for 10 million. But when was the last time we heard a Ghanaian player being bought for even $200,000? Fatal is an exception. But Isaako is an exception. But when was the last time we heard that?
I understand what you're saying, but I also refuse to understand that in the local leagues, maybe the players here have not been exposed.
Yes. I'm saying anybody that lives a local league would have to spend a year or two bettering himself at whichever club he goes to before he can start for the team.
But you also agree that there are some people who just need exposure.
Yes, but I'm telling you that exposure will not come.
I'm not saying that the person we are picking is going to start every game. They are going to augment some positions. For example, and I'll give you the example. When
If you don't have a kid to like, it's something.
Yeah.
We don't have good players.
what about exposure?
It has nothing. It's quality
Because
The
you,
best play-
you agree with me
the
that
best
it's
players-
people who still go to
Europe. The best players now are the academies. Best
Oh
players
yeah,
now.
but we can also look at the academies.
So if you want to look at the academies, if you want a left back, go for the Barcelona left back.
Yeah, but he's playing Barcelona. That
Yeah.
is if they'll call him.
If you truly need a player, a sort of player, he actually has the what should I say? He can train him.
The example I was giving was 2006. Sheila Aliasu, Habib Mohammed, the winger, forgetting the name, Hamino, Dramani. No, but you understand, you agree that before we went to the World Cup, maybe with the exception, I knew Iliasu because of Kotoko and King Faisal. I knew him. I knew the name. I watched a few of his games at the Babaya Sport. But I didn't know Hamil. And I've seen Habib in a game. I think it was playing for King Faisal then. Habib Mohammed. But dude, I'm saying these players were not people that I really knew of. But when they went to the World Cup, and I think we got an injury, not left back.
I'm not disputing this. What I'm saying is that what you see not
Ball also being dropped. They came
If
in,
you-
and they delivered.
I know you watch a lot of local games. Be sincere with yourself, but quality.
I just told you about I forgot the name.
No, you see him playing with pick him and put him in any team against any team without.
But we don't know that yet. At least you should, if you take him and play him in a
let-
friendly game.
Let's be sincere. They've tried a few, it didn't work. They've tried a few and the team never worked.
I feel like
Like Lamte from Kotoko.
I remember that guy. Where is he?
The side left back from Hasselhoff, I've forgotten his name.
Yeah, but that shouldn't let them stop. They should keep going.
No, these are exceptional players. The issue is that they at the FA know the level of our
What about the academy state?
the academies. We have players who can play. Probably when they have people around them who will support them. But
That's the players I'm talking about.
But these players are also going to the under 20 and struggling. Let's be sincere with ourselves. The quality of our league is terrible.
I also don't agree that, yes, I know the league, the level is most, but I find it very difficult to agree that everybody in there is trash.
And the issue is that
Some people just need a bit of exposure and coaching.
the people who manage the league also know a lot of players in our local league, and some of them are not even trustworthy. They are not trustworthy.
I understand.
They know the exposure
level
some of these
is
people have been missed. So the issue is that there are secrets in the league people don't tell you the truth about. There are certain players that might be quality, but most of the people who manage the FA, who deal with teams in the league, will not take them anywhere because they are afraid of the exposure that they will expose them.
Where the issue is. That's what I'm talking.
I'm not talking about exposure about training exposure. I'm talking about bribery.
That's the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is, I know the level is low, but I also know there are some players in there who just need a bit of polishing.
They need a bit of polishing, but I'm saying they don't trust them football wise and even at
I'll give you
behavior wise.
I'll give you an example. Was it 2010?
I keep saying
Chelsea. What's the name? This is it Berkum Chelsea? Liadi.
Berkum Chelsea.
Do you remember Liadi?
Berkum Chelsea, yeah. Berkum Chelsea in 2010 was performing in Africa.
I know.
Which of our teams can even make the group stage? What I'm trying to say is the quality of the league is terrible.
Let me give you an example. You know where Liverpool bought Robertson from? We bought him from a relegated Hull City side. So yes, he was part of the team that was going on relegation.
No matter how terrible the team is,
exactly, that's my point. The team can be bad, the league can be bad, but you can't tell me every single player in the team.
The team is horrible. The team was bad, but the team was playing in the league against opponents who
They went to relegation, but club saw.
They went on relegation playing against very good teams, and those individual players were playing well.
So that's the point I'm trying to say. Yes, the league
will have Obiasa.
I think it most are, but I think they are look, the scouts will tell you those things. I remember, I've forgotten the name of this Italian. Somebody said he went to see the game
in the last 2 years. Players have been scouted from Ghana, and players have left the shores of Ghana and gone to European teams. They're either in academy or in the youth teams of the Premier League teams we have, or teams they are associated with. When was the last time we heard a Ghanaian player who has played a season, 2 seasons in the Ghana Premier League that have gone to an European team, even top 10 European leagues?
So what, you also said the academy.
Yeah, the academies, but even with the academies, where they still need exposure, and the exposure they need, they should probably start from the second under 20.
I was telling there's this Italian scout. I watched one of the interviews, I think on Sky, and he said something he said he once discovered a player. He went to watch sort of like a Serie C or Serie D match, and he was scouting a particular team. But when he went there, the team that he was even supposed to scout, he stopped watching them and watched the opposing team. The opposing team were losing, I think 5-0 or 6-0. But he said they had this midfielder.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the midfielder was even extraordinary or he was dribbling 3-4 people. He said when he sat down the game, the guy gave a lot of long range passes, short passes. He never made a faulty pass, even though they lost about 6-0. So maybe to other people there, that's a bad team. Yes, he agrees that's a bad team, but he was impressed that at that time, he said the guy at that time was 18 or 19. every single pass that he made went to the person that the pass was supposed to be. A lot of people go into that game and say, "Oh, this game, they are bad. Nobody," but he remember grind that particular.
You know why he respected that player? Or because of the position he was playing against.
And he said every single pass that he made was perfect. It went to the person that was supposed to go. And he is the one that he scouted after the game.
And he accepted he was good because he was playing against a good opposition. The opposition was bad. He could give that the only reason the passes got to all those players is because the players he was playing against him bad.
You don't believe that
You can have a good player.
player is a good player.
Yeah, a good player is a good player. You can have a good player and a bad team. But a bad player can also look good because the position he's playing against is terrible.
Yes, but you have to try them there first before you can confirm the fact that this person.
But there are a lot of times I follow the Premier League and you can see a team making a lot of mistakes defensively.
Oh yeah,
But you can see the other team is not capitalizing because the team they are playing against is terrible.
Let me give you an example. Now, the Ghana Premier League. Ideally, what Otado should have done was anytime the Black Stars was going to play a friendly or a qualifier, at least that is if it was up to me. A person in the league who was a bit in form, at least he should have taken to a friend. I'm not saying I'm going to start them, but sometimes the environment also says, the person might be in a, how do you call it, in a very poor league. Yes, that's agree. But if you start putting the person within clear, if you see potential, you start putting them, because yes, I know the league is bad, but I don't really think that everybody is pressure. I don't know. It's something I find very hard to believe. I just think it's the scouting that hasn't been. I'll give you an example. Ajimabedu. Or was it Ajimabedu or I forgot one of the players said when we were playing at either John Pensu or Ajimabedu. He said when they were playing under 17 or under 20, they had their team already and were playing these friendly matches across the country. Said they went to some very obscure place. And the team that we were playing, there was this guy who was dribbling the other place, let's try center. Right after I think it was Coach Afani, or he went talked to the coach and said he was adding him. He named the player, I forgot it. Like you get the points that I'm making. Yes, and these people that we were playing against, the satellite or the starless, their level was supposed to be higher than these people. But there was some obscure place in Ghana. Nobody even knew it. There was somebody there who was.
Afani took him because he understood the quality of his team. And if a player was playing so well against them, then that means he's good.
Yes, but that's why. Are we saying that all of a sudden Ghana, there's no talent here again?
I'm not saying there's no talent, but the league is so terrible that you can't trust anybody that is performing.
Try.
And a lot of people are beginning chances, but they
don't stop there. You keep going.
No, is those who went early that have practically destroyed.
Are you telling me
the opportunities for the
Are you telling me that those profited? Are you telling me that those players that we have in the Black Stars now are also playing that exceptionally well?
No, the team is not playing well, but we know can attest to their quality based on the clubs they play well.
Yes,
they play at and how well they do.
My point is, if there's a new manager, I think if you just open the window,
maybe they can try, but for me,
you never know who you will find. That's my issue.
The list will be submitted before we play any meaningful.
There's this game against Mexico, which will be played not in an international. So I think that game they should take some of the people they think.
Yeah, you might get some most of.
Do you remember that when we qualified for the World Cup, the South African invited Ghana to play for
the local team.
They wanted a friendly match, but the professionals or the European-based players suited the chunk team. And the South Africans won by only. South Africa was their main team. They beat them, I think, 1-0. Well, 2 and I forgot 1-0. my thing was at least they did something a bit worth looking into it. No, but my thing is, yes, the league is down, but I definitely think that, sometimes in a corner, in a place where we are not listening, there's somebody there who is
I
not.
personally believe that when we played against Sudan to Tobago, that team that played them, we should have looked at how well they play, the midfield
When
and
you are
everything.
building-
Those on it.
When you are building a team, you don't underestimate. You try to look in every corner.
And understood, but that corner isn't the Ghana Premier League. I've been an avid supporter of that Premier League.
The Ghana Premier League.
I watch every game I can, but the teams are terrible.
So if the league,
I subscribe to
what about Division 2? Because somebody was telling me they play better football in Division 1 than Division 2.
No, the quality of
the issue is that
Most players are freer
most of the
and
agents,
express themselves more there.
so most of the agents and most of the people with the connections now own a lot of teams. So when teams like Kotoko and the rest, they just pull every talent towards them. Nowadays, most of these players want access. Yeah,
Somebody like Pate went from the lower division, like
Pate play some few games for Tamalut.
yes, but like apparently, I think before he even came to the Premiership, he knew he was already going out.
Yeah, I do. So he didn't want to even play a full game now.
I remember I listened to Afanajan's agent or something, and he said he had this Italian scout who came to Ghana and said that he wanted to scout for players. They went to see a few GPO games, and he said these people they lack basics. Let's go to much lower. So I think they went to Division 2, and Division 2, Division 1, the scout was actually impressed because he said these people play with a bit of freedom. And then they went to the middle games, and that is where he discovered Afanaja. And apparently there's another guy there, but I think the parents didn't allow or something. They interviewed him, I think somewhere around there.
Our personal believes he is currently it's not the best. He should look beyond the quality.
So
There are a lot of players in the Danish league. There are a lot of players in the Swedish league. There are a lot of players in the all those leagues will break early. So you can split some few players.
I don't think we should restrict our sex.
Yeah, personally, I also don't think we should. That it's not up to me.
You never know. So anyway, so wrapping up, we hope that by next week when we are shooting, we'll know the next Black Stars break.
It's Santos.
You know, you have him for Edo, but
Don't worry yourself with Santos.
and definitely
It was a system. It was expanded to 3 people just to please the.
they should change their backroom staff, especially John Pencil shouldn't.
Some of those people bring their own people. Probably they allow you to have 1 or 2 local players for exposure and so.
That's one guy I wouldn't mind if he's there. They're under 20. By John Pencil, I don't know what he was off.
Go get some people to go and convince us here.
He doesn't. I hear he doesn't want anything to do with them. Like the coach, I think he doesn't like the politics.
Yeah, that get the president to call him. It's just for the World Cup. He will come.
To be assistant.
No assistance. I'm not saying he should coach, but he should be there for the exposure for later when he changes his mind.
Because I think last time he said he wasn't ready yet. He still has a lot to learn.
Yeah. But I personally believe it's going to be Santos. The 3 short list is just to please. They went with somebody and they told them you don't want you selected anymore. So they made a short list for interviews. Was it going to be Santos? No.
Anyway, so wrapping up.
If it's not Santos, forgive me, but I know it's Santos.
Okay, I have a feeling it might be. Anyway, I don't know. I'm just guessing. So yeah, so we are wrapping up. We'll shoot next week, and we'll definitely be talking about. At that time, we'll know who the manager is.
My only issue is the time they sack the coach would give the FA some leverage in terms of player selection.
Oh yeah, but I'm sure he will look at the players too to see whether it's true or they are just saying it.
No, it's with a short window. He will definitely
Yeah, but if
have a good selection about
if
15.
you bring him a player, he has to look at maybe highlight reels of a player or match how do you call it, match clip to see whether
They will just poison the 1 games.
will tell you scout people. I think these people have been in management so long. You realize that
If you was there for a longer period, yes, but the time is too short.
basically,
They'll find their ways. So that is my only issue with the time they submit. It gives the FA too much leverage in players selection.
in the beginning they can't do anything about it. It's just later when they
And that's my share.
find their footing.
That's my share.
Anyway, so yeah, you're
Because
wrapping.
most of the time, every coach first selection is just an FA selection.
Well, it's everywhere. That one, he doesn't know the system.
And that is what we should be afraid of.
Unless maybe the person also brings their own scout.
Don't be surprised to see Brendan Manteta at the World Cup.
Who's the United?
You don't know. He didn't play for Hull. He's an agency player. See, he do want to bet that Brendan Manteta will go to the World Cup.
I don't know him. I don't know him to even bet.
Oh, he actually played. His older brother is Samuel Tete. He actually he's played for Ghana.
But I know it's Ajete who.
You will see players.
Anyway, so we are wrapping up.
They'll just tell John Pinso does not have a good attitude. They just tell the referee John Pinso does not have a good attitude. And I said the referee, the coach will not select John Pinso.
Some coaches will tell you, okay, me trying to experience it for me. Some will not just agree with you, just like that.
But he's not going to play a friendly game before. He would have said, let him come and let me assess him. But the issue is that the list is supposed to go on the 2nd
of June.
Yeah.
Oh, we have to.
And the tournament starts on 11th. I'm sure. And our friendly matches, I believe, I have 4 for something.
But some of these experienced coaches, they know how to decipher or analyze all these comments. So then times
over a long field. In the long run, they will make the right decision.
But if the person really likes the player, it's not because of what you tell them that they won't select them. There are some people like that.
Everywhere they pass, they will hear that story.
Oh yes, but is it the Italian? Oh, there's an Italian player. I forgot it. One of the World Cup. Everybody, the 1990. You heard of Scalacci. Scalacci won the goal king in Italian 90. Just before Italian 90, he was in prison. He was in jail. And they told the manager to leave him out because I think he was in jail for about 2-3 months. For 2-3 months, he wasn't playing football. And before he went to jail, he was one of the best goal scorers in the Serie A. And the coach said he will be released before the World Cup starts. So he's taking him. They said, oh, he's been to prison, blah, blah. You know that thing, bad example, blah, blah, blah. So many things. He picked him, even though they didn't win the World Cup, but he won the goal king for that time. So I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. We'll be looking at that and we'll be talking about it. So we are wrapping up. Any final?
Right. I personally believe any of the 3 will be. So, but I personally believe it will be Santos. Unless they can't agree on the terms.
Money or money isn't percent. No, the Dracromlo thing was a flash, a smooth scheme.
You remember exactly what he said? His question is not being contacted officially. It's just a political. It's a conversation for through the agent or whatever.
Him to win
The answer. Probably he will take the job on the LinkedIn. He probably want to go to the after the World Cup.
What I heard was they want to give a long term to Javi Renac. But I think Javi Renac, he will be free after the World Cup.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, that's all for Footy Chat. We spoke about the World Cup, the friendly matches, and the friendly matches that we play, the sacking of Furtado, and the new managers potentially that will be coming on board. So by next week, definitely we'll know who will be on board, and then we'll have the discussion every single week before the World Cup starts. So tune in to Footy Chat, and you can also subscribe. The channels on Anabasa, I believe very soon we'll be having our own channels where you can subscribe to that one too. So yeah.